What's going on all? Thanks for tuning in, man. Jay's channel. So yeah, um, I ain't gonna call this news, I'm just gonna say this is what I heard. So we got Crawford. He's got a lawsuit on Arum, of him breaching his contract, unable to get him the big fights. He's also said that Arum or claimed that he has been racist towards him. But those are just allegations, you can't really believe what you see all the time. I mean, Arum has definitely been mistreated him. How he didn't make the Spence Crawford fight is unheard of. I mean, you ask any boxing fans out there, man, you ask anyone that watches boxing what the biggest fighters, man, and no doubt they would say Spence versus Crawford. So I mean, Arum saying that they wanted too much money for that. I mean, they only wanted 9 to 10 million apiece. I mean, those are reports, these are just things that I've seen. I mean, the numbers could be wrong, but if it's the biggest fight in boxing, man, I mean, those numbers are quite low. For sure, Crawford has been mistreated. For sure, Crawford should have got an undisputed fight by now. He should have got the fight against Pacquiao. He should have got the fight against Ugas. And it's a shame that he's going through these measures, but, there's also another side to the coin here. I mean, you usually hear this everywhere you go. Like, you hear about people staying in jobs or people staying with other people, and with regrets, he did it, she did it, it's his fault, it's her fault, that sort of thing. You always see that, you always see that. Let me just turn this off, park up safely, alright. So you always see that, with people that are unsatisfied, and this is the case with Crawford here. He's unsatisfied of where he's at. I mean, he's 34 now and he hasn't got the big fights like he states. Arum let him down. Arum was unable to get him the big fights. For him to say that he breached the contract is that's good. That's good, because that's what you're going to need. You're going to need something that's written on paper, whilst it's just he said, she said, tit for tat. This is what I'm saying, this is what you're saying, there's no solid evidence here. That's what I'm saying. With the racial allegations, those are just words, you can't really look into that too much. You can't really believe that unless you have solid proof. Now, with him saying the big fights weren't made because Arum, breached the contract, that's solid proof if he has it on his contract, So, I mean, it's sad that he went to those measures. At the moment he is lined up, in my opinion, for an undisputed fight. I believe that he should get the winner of Ugas versus Spence. There's no one really out there with another bout besides those three, so I mean, it only makes sense for them to have a undisputed. I guess he just, like I said, he was stuck in one place. He was with Bob Arum for about 10 years now, so I mean, he was stuck in one place for a long time, and he's probably looking back thinking, man, I never had much big fights, and I could have really proved myself like I did against Porter. I think that's where Crawford's coming in, but yeah, man, that's basically all I wanted to say. I hope that Arum does get sued, not for the racial allegations or anything like that, without any evidence, but just the fact of not making the big fights, there's no excuses really not to make big fights, especially with a guy that's talented, that's skillful like Crawford, So let's see what happens, man. But yeah, no, this is good. I mean, it'll be good if other boxers did the same, There's a lot of big fights that haven't been made yet, or a lot of big fights that have been made too late, and that's not what we want. So I mean, Crawford's making the right move here by suing him for breaching the contract, but not for the racial. That I don't really like that point of view, but All to their own, leave your comment, man, leave your take on it. Thanks for tuning in once again, man. Peace. God bless.